Hi and welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so on this section of my journey south, I'm going to go from Stone, which is on the Trent and Mersey Canal, make my way along the Trent and Mersey until I get to the Coventry Canal, which I'm going to turn onto, and then make my way down to Atherstone, where I'm going to stay for a few days. Yeah, it's been an interesting cruise, mixed weather conditions, but overall not too bad. And yeah, most enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoy this little cruise with me. So let's get cruising. So I've just come through Ashton Lock. This also marks the halfway point on the Trent and Mersey Canal. 46 kilometres in either way. So I'm now going to make my way further down the canal. I'm going to head off towards Bridge 82, where I'm hoping to moor just before it's where I've got the car parked up. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. And just coming up on my left hand side is Ashton Marina. Nice pub in there, as well as Chandlery and Diesel, etc. So this is Ashton Marina entrance. Exit's just a little bit further along the canal. Got all the facilities, but nice countryside, but it seems to be lots of sheep farming going on in this area. It's a huge farm. This bridge coming up is a bridge that links the two sides of the farm on either side of the canal.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away.
So what turned out to be started off as a real grey, overcast, miserable, damp day. It's turned out really quite nice now. Still a fair bit of cloud, but the sun's come out. It really makes it look and feel like summer again for a change. So yeah, nice cruising as well today. Not too much wind. And very few boats about. I mean, you know, considering it's the beginning of September, I would have thought there'd have still been quite a few boats about, both hire boats and privates. But I was speaking to some people a couple of days ago, and they actually said that, I mean, it was a woman from a hire boat company, and she was saying that most of their boats are, you know, moored up. She said we're probably at a third of our capacity out, that's all. So yeah, it's been a very slow summer, she said. Strange. Up to the next lock, the last one before I'm going to try and find a mooring. I'm in luck, someone's just come out of it, so yeah, timed it just right. Sandon Lock. So I'm quite close now to Bridge 82, which is where I've parked the car. And I was going to moor there, but to be honest, I've just noticed that the railway line runs literally alongside the canal, so it's going to be pretty noisy. So I might just moor up, have a bit of lunch, and then go a little bit further on towards Hayward Junction and come back for the car later. See how close the railway is to the side of the canal. It's going to make it noisy. So. Nice canal side properties, that's for sure. I suppose if you're into houses, it's a great place to be. Garden leading right onto the canal. No doubt if they wanted it, they could make a mooring for a small boat. As you can see, it's pretty overgrown in places along this stretch of canal. I'm not too far from Haywood Marina and Haywood Junction. I'm going to stop for some water before carrying on. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning, out for our first walk, and all this land is part of the Shugborough estate, so I'm not too far from Great Haywood Junction. So I've been moored up by Bridge 72, I think 72A actually, near the Shugborough estate, just before Great Haywood. A couple of nights there, it's been really nice, but it's a glorious day today. So I got up early and took the car further down the canal, down to Bridge 67, walked back hour and a half to the boat. As I say, it's a glorious day, so I've decided to take the boat down, but I'm probably going to go further than where I put the car, down to Rugeley, and then I can come back up for the car tomorrow. A nice little mooring spot I found on the upward journey in Rugeley, which is really quite nice, so that's probably where I'm going to head for today. You can probably see there's no clouds in the sky, but it's hot enough for it all to look fairly even coloured. Supposed to be up to 25 degrees today, so yeah, quite a lot. And all this countryside is all part of the Shugborough estate, apparently, which is a National Trust property these days. Holder looks like he spent a lot of money having this set up as a sort of a mooring point. Lovely place to spend the summer's evenings though. Lovely old house, modern canal side sort of terrace. Pretty windy this afternoon, and it's proving difficult to keep the boat going in a straight line. But it's a glorious day nonetheless. Lovely sunshine, very warm. Apart from the wind, it's an ideal day for cruising. I'm just coming up to an aqueduct that crosses the River Avon. That's the River Avon. There's a huge lump of vegetation in the canal, as you can see. It's almost like a little island in the middle. So I'm just coming up to the Armitage tunnel, or what was the Armitage tunnel some time ago. They removed the sort of top part, if you like. I don't know quite exactly why, but so effectively now it's not a tunnel any longer, but it's very narrow. See the sign there coming up? Armitage tunnel. It's not a very long one, it's only quite short actually. As you can see, I'm approaching now. Although you can tell how narrow that it gets. It's literally just the width of an arrowboat. And as you can see, probably you can't actually see around the curve at the far end. So once you're in there, you've got a problem, because if something comes the other way, one of you's got to reverse. Okay, so here I go, fingers crossed. You can see how close the wall is to me on this side, and how close the fence is on that side. So far so good, nothing's coming. Again, you can see how close we are to the walls. So this is the Armitage tunnel, looking from the towpath. See how narrow it is. Factory complex that I'm coming up to is the Armitage Shanks Works. Once the largest bathroom furniture and fittings company, I think, in the world, but now an American owned. The Armitage Shanks Works have got 7 or 8 plants within the UK, but I think I'm right in saying this one is actually the largest. So the main part of the complex that I'm coming up to. There's a mistiness in the air and it feels heavy, and thunderstorms are predicted for tonight, and in fact there are storm warnings on the weather forecast as well. So yeah, might be a wet night. It's going to be a wet tomorrow as well apparently, so yeah, I think I'll stay moored where I am. For a while that I didn't think we had much summer this year, particularly in the north. And it's amazing the amount of leaf fall there's been already. I'm just coming up to the 2 locks just before Fazeley Junction, so I've only probably got another quarter of a mile before I turn onto the Coventry Canal. Cold morning this morning. See the mist coming off the canal. Went down to about 2 degrees last night, they say. So I'm in Hopwas at the moment, and my journey today is going to take me a short distance down the canal to Fazeley Junction. Weather's not too bad today. It's no rain forecast and mainly sunny with cloudy periods, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad. As you can see behind me, it's quite a bit of blue sky. It's been quite busy with boat movements today, so hopefully there is a mooring spot for me down by Fazeley Junction. See how we get on. So I'm taking a nice slow cruise up towards Fazeley Junction. There's a boat in front of me. I'm also told there's a sunken boat that's been burnt out. Apparently it was stolen and burnt out. There's also a sunken tree, a tree that fell over, and part of it's sunk. So yeah, it could be an interesting next quarter of a mile. We'll see. Looks like this is the tree that's blown over. See it hanging across the canal. There's quite a bit in the water. Probably see, so it's a bit of a slalom. Must have been a pretty big tree, because there's all of that, and then on this side there's still some more. So yeah. So I'm just outside of Fazeley on the Coventry Canal, just walking along with Kobe this morning. Saw this pillbox. It's obviously a Second World War pillbox, I would imagine. And yes, we're on the Coventry Canal, but we're miles from Coventry, so quite what it was actually protecting or whatever, I'm not sure. Try and find out. Kobe guarding the wine bottle. It is empty, but there you go. Perhaps he doesn't know that. This is me moored up on the Coventry Canal, close to Bridge 65. Lovely spot, apart from the rail line runs close by to my right hand side. Misty mornings on the Coventry Canal. Yeah, autumn's coming. See the mist drifting across the canal, and just see the bridge in the distance. Beautiful old cottages from a bygone era. Looks a bit dilapidated now, but there we go. But we're by the side of Grendon Dock, which again doesn't look overly used at the moment. So today's short cruise is going to take me from Polesworth to Atherstone. Not too far, 6 miles, not even. Yeah, short journey today. Took the car up there, so I'm going to take the boat up today. There's 2-day moorings, visitor moorings at Atherstone, so I'm going to moor up there tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to take the car to Rugby, catch the train back to Atherstone, which is a direct link, 2 stops, and that way you know, I've got a few days. I don't have to worry about the car until I get back up towards Rugby. So yeah, be nice. Glorious day today, lovely sunshine, very mild, so yeah, it's a good day for cruising. First mate, keeping an eye on the canal. Looks like a classic old boat, now turned into a bit of a weed and a garden. When you consider that little section at the back there was probably the only living accommodation that the family had, a working family. Maybe this front cabin a little bit. So this is lock number 8 on this flight of locks going into Atherstone. I'm going to do 3 more locks, and then I'm going to try and find a mooring. Apparently there's some mooring spots between, I think it's lock 5 and 6, if not 4 and 5. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do. So after an enjoyable cruise, I've finally reached Atherstone, where I'm going to stay for a few days. And this first night is evening has been brilliant with the sunset, as you can see. So thanks for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.